Hello Immortal News family, and welcome back to our channel. In the last 24 hours, we have received the somber news of the passing of extraordinary talents, and today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Before we start, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you. Number 7. Don't shout, Basil. I'm not deaf. I'm ignoring you. With those sharp, unforgettable words as Sybil Fawlty, Prunella Scales won the hearts of millions. Her role in the beloved sitcom Fawlty Towers didn't just make audiences laugh, it made her a household name. Prunella Scales passed away peacefully in London at the age of 93, after living courageously with vascular dementia for many years. Her career spanned over 70 years. She began on stage and moved effortlessly between screen and radio. Few performers have shown such range, from fiery sitcom matriarchs to elegant queens. Born into a theatrical family, Scales trained with the Old Vic and started work at the Bristol Old Vic. Her early break came with marriage lines in the 60s, but it was Sybil, smart, sarcastic, and always 2 steps ahead of Basil, that sealed her legacy. Beyond comedy, she brought dignity and grace to every role. Her performance as Queen Elizabeth II in A Question of Attribution earned a BAFTA nomination. She captivated film audiences in Howard's End, The Boys from Brazil, and more. She was also a familiar and comforting voice on BBC Radio, starring in After Henry, Smelling of Roses, and Ladies of Letters. Prunella was admired for her photographic memory, precise timing, and generous spirit on and off stage. In 1992, her contributions to the arts were honored with a CBE. In later life, she and her husband, actor Timothy West, charmed a new generation in the heartfelt documentary series Great Canal Journeys. Their on-screen travels invited viewers into their enduring love story, even as Scales bravely navigated memory loss. She lit up a room, not just with talent but with kindness and a wonderful sense of humor, said a longtime colleague. Prunella shared over 60 years of marriage with Timothy West, who passed away shortly before her. She leaves behind 2 sons, Samuel and Joseph, and a lifetime of performances that continue to entertain and inspire. Her life was one of laughter, intellect, and quiet resilience. She brought charm and spark to every character and touched countless lives. Tributes to Prunella Scales. Number 6. Great acting is not just performance, it's truth told through another's story, once said a colleague of Benz Hui. Few embodied that idea more than him. Benz Hui Hung, one of Hong Kong's most treasured performers, passed away at 76 due to cancer-related organ failure. In a career spanning over 50 years, he appeared in more than 150 films and TV dramas. Known as the king of supporting actors, he brought heart and authenticity to every role. From thrilling police dramas like Line Walker to heartfelt series like To Get Unstuck in Time, Hui's characters were never just filler. They were unforgettable. He had a rare ability to slip into any scene and elevate it, making even a short appearance feel meaningful. What truly set him apart wasn't just his resume, it was his warmth, kindness, and humility. Colleagues often spoke of his generosity on set, always ready with advice, encouragement, or a quiet joke to lift spirits. Off-screen, Hui was equally inspiring. He shared a strong bond with his daughter Charmaine, not just as father and child, but as content creators and online storytellers. Their YouTube channel, Mad Workers, and show My Father is Seeking Joy connected with fans across generations. TVB, the company where his acting journey began, honored him in a heartfelt post, calling him an artist of exceptional skill and soul. Many stars followed with tributes, remembering not just the actor, but the man who always made time for others. Born in Hong Kong and later embracing life in Singapore with his wife Angeli Leung and daughter Charmaine, Hui's values remained rooted in family, respect, and service to his craft. His passing leaves a space in the hearts of those who loved him, on screen and off. But his legacy lives on in the characters he gave life to, the colleagues he guided, and the audiences he moved. As we reflect on his life, we celebrate a true artist who never demanded the spotlight, but always deserved it. Tributes to Benz Hui. Number 5. There are people whose art becomes a mirror for society. Hector Noguera was one of them, said a colleague once, summing up what words alone could hardly capture. Hector Noguera, beloved by generations and deeply woven into Chile's cultural fabric, has passed away at 88. He died peacefully after facing health challenges, surrounded by those who loved him. Spanning over 6 decades, his body of work shaped the heart of Chilean television, theater, and film. Whether as the clever mayor in Sucupira or the stoic patriarch in Machos, his performances etched themselves into the memory of a nation. His characters weren't just roles, they were reflections of a country's soul. Beyond the screen, Noguera was a devoted director and mentor. He founded Teatro Camino, nurturing new voices in a space that welcomed creativity and freedom. As an educator, he guided young artists with kindness and vision, always grounded in a belief that art should uplift and challenge. In recognition of his lifelong commitment, Noguera was honored with Chile's National Prize for Performing and Audiovisual Arts. His international acclaim included the Havana Star Prize for his role in Mr. Kaplan, proof that his talent resonated far beyond Chile's borders. But those who knew him best remember a man of warmth, humor, and deep humility. He celebrated others' achievements as much as his own. His generosity extended to projects focused on arts education, making culture accessible for all. President Gabriel Boric personally visited him before his passing, a rare tribute that reflects how deeply Hector moved the Chilean people. On social media, fans shared memories and favorite scenes. Fellow actors posted stories of his mentorship, often describing him as gentle, wise, and a pillar. He leaves behind 5 children and many grandchildren, a family he cherished deeply. His daughter Amparo, an accomplished actress, once said her father taught her that art is love in motion. The world now mourns a man who gave that love without limits, through every role, every curtain call, and every generous word behind the scenes. Hector Noguera's voice may be quiet now, but his legacy will echo loudly for generations to come. Tributes to Hector Noguera. Number 4. There was no such thing as a soft play with George Atkinson. Those who watched him play knew he brought heart, power, and undeniable presence every time he stepped on the field. George Atkinson, the legendary Oakland Raider, has passed away at 78. Loved for his tenacity and feared for his hits, he helped forge the identity of one of football's most powerful teams. His passing followed a short illness and leaves behind a lasting influence on the game he loved. Born in Savannah, Georgia, George spent his entire 10-year NFL career with the Raiders. In his first season, he stunned the league by returning a punt 86 yards for a touchdown and racking up a record 205 punt return yards in a single game. That season set the tone for a legacy built on speed, power, and grit. Over the course of 144 games, he totaled 30 interceptions and became one of the most consistent defenders of his era. Twice named a Pro Bowler, George played a key role in guiding the Raiders to their first ever Super Bowl championship. But George wasn't just known for numbers. He was a central figure in one of the most intense rivalries of all time, the battle between the Raiders and the Steelers. His clashes on the field, especially with receiver Lynn Swann, became highlights of a bruising era and stirred lasting conversations about the nature of tough football. Despite controversy, George never backed down. "That's how champions play," he once said, defining his approach to the game. Off the field, George gave back, as a mentor, teammate, and father. He faced deep personal loss with strength, including the tragic passing of his twin sons. Yet through it all, he remained a proud Raider and a guiding voice within the organization. The Raiders honored him, sharing, "George Atkinson was a lifelong Raider whose physical style of play helped define an era. He helped lead the Raiders to unforgettable victories and was a true ambassador for our franchise." Today we remember a warrior of the game, a man whose legacy stretched far beyond the field, from locker room mentor to football icon. Tributes to George Atkinson. Number 3. There was something about the way Marvin carried himself, calm, focused, and always with a smile. He didn't just play football, he inspired it. Marvin Brown, who passed away at the age of 42 after bravely facing a rare form of cancer, will be remembered far beyond the final whistle. His legacy began the moment he stepped onto the pitch for Bristol City, becoming the youngest player to don the club's shirt at just 16. That early debut marked the beginning of a journey defined by talent, humility, and heart. Across stints with clubs like Torquay United, Cheltenham Town, and Yeovil Town, his work ethic never faded. But it was with Weston-super-Mare where his star truly shone, scoring 46 goals across 123 appearances and becoming a true fan favorite. After hanging up his boots, Marvin didn't slow down. Instead, he gave back. With Total Pro Soccer, he helped young athletes rise through the ranks, showing them that greatness comes not just from skill but from character. To those who knew him, Marvin wasn't just a footballer, he was a builder of dreams, always encouraging, always believing in the next player, the next step, the next goal. Bristol City called him a club legend, and Weston fans remembered how his goals and spirit lit up the club. Tributes poured in, reflecting a man whose reach stretched far beyond the field. Marvin is survived by his older brother Aaron, also a former footballer, and by countless young athletes who carry his lessons forward. His impact lives on in every goal scored by someone he inspired. Though he left us too soon, Marvin Brown's story doesn't end here. His example continues, in every locker room, training pitch, and smile of a young player determined to follow in his footsteps. Tributes to Marvin Brown. Number 2, "You can hear my heart in every tune," Vivian Jones once said. And for nearly 5 decades, the world did just that. Vivian's voice carried more than melodies. It carried comfort, love, and strength. A guiding light in the lovers' rock genre, he shaped the sound of British reggae with softness and sincerity. His journey began in Trelawney Parish, Jamaica, but his legacy rose from the heart of London's reggae scene. From his breakout solo hit, Good Morning, to chart-topping classics like Sugar Love and Strong Love, Vivian brought intimacy and smooth soul to reggae's rhythm. Crowds swayed to his words and generations found stories in his songs. In a time of shifting sounds, Vivian remained true to his music's emotional core. Honors came. Black Echoes magazine named him Most Talented Singer. The British Reggae Industry Awards crowned him Best Male Artist. Still, he remained humble, letting his music speak louder than awards ever could. Through collaborations with legends such as Josh Shaka, Sylvia Tella, and Sly and Robbie, he not only recorded hits, he built bridges. He founded his own label, Imperial House, not to control his art, but to share its roots with more people. Even as he branched into roots reggae with albums like Iaman, his heartbeat, Lovers Rock, never left him. Those who knew him spoke of warmth, grace, and devotion. Those who heard him felt wrapped in a voice that soothed and empowered. Vivian brought class to reggae, wrote Reggaeville, calling him a sophisticated singer with a warm and soulful voice. Vivian Jones passed peacefully at the age of 68, a loss deeply felt across continents. In his quiet way, he mentored others, nurtured talent, and reminded us that real reggae speaks of unity, heartache, and love. Though details of his memorial remain private, his family, fans, and peers carry his spirit forward. His music remains, echoing through speakers and memories, just as he would have wanted. Tributes to Vivian Jones. What's trending on the internet? News 1. Here's some truly inspiring news from the world of music. Jessie J, the beloved English pop singer, age 37, recently shared a deeply personal journey with fans, her diagnosis of early-stage breast cancer just before releasing her single, No Secrets. Jessie opened up about her experience, including undergoing surgery after performing at London's Capital Summertime Ball, and faced recovery with courage and humor, even joking about her breast reconstruction. After her surgery, Jessie was hospitalized for an infection, which brought new challenges and a slower pace of life than she's used to. As a mom to her young son Sky and a dedicated performer, this has certainly tested her resilience. Yet Jessie's honesty about the physical and emotional hurdles, along with her gratitude for family, friends, and her medical team, offers strength and hope to anyone facing tough times. Jessie J's story is a powerful reminder of the importance of early detection, sharing our journeys, and supporting one another through hardship. Her openness continues to unite fans and others touched by cancer, showing that even during life's hardest moments, hope and humor can light the way forward. Jessie J will be remembered not only for her music, but for her openness and her incredible spirit, a true inspiration for us all. News 2. It's not every day that a familiar face from TV opens up about such a personal health scare, but Kim Kardashian, age 45, is shining a light on an important issue. On a recent episode of her family's reality show, Kim revealed she was diagnosed with a small brain aneurysm after doctors discovered it during a routine scan. Thankfully, most of these tiny aneurysms never cause any problems. In fact, many adults have one without ever knowing. Kim attributed the finding to the stress she's faced over the years, particularly from big life changes like her recent divorce. While experts say that stress isn't usually the direct cause of these aneurysms, keeping our blood pressure in check and taking care of our health can certainly make a difference. By sharing her experience, Kim's helping start a conversation about women's health, wellness, and the value of regular checkups. Let's take a moment to appreciate how candid moments like these don't just touch lives, they encourage all of us to listen to our bodies and look after each other. Kim's courage will be remembered for turning a tough moment into an opportunity for awareness and care. News 3. If you've followed the lives of Britain's young socialites, you may know Sam Vanderpump, the 28-year-old star of Made in Chelsea and nephew of popular TV personality Lisa Vanderpump. Sam's recently been in the spotlight for sharing some personal and brave news. He's been diagnosed with end-stage liver disease and is now waiting for a life-saving transplant. Despite the challenges, Sam's facing his diagnosis with remarkable hope and courage, leaning on family and friends, and shining a light on the importance of organ donation. He and his fiancée, Alice Yaxley, also recently celebrated their engagement and are excitedly expecting a baby, proving life's joys persist even in tough times. Sam's openness is inspiring countless others to register as organ donors, reminding us all of the power of community and the difference one act of kindness can make. We send our warm thoughts to Sam and his loved ones, and will be cheering him on as he continues this journey with optimism and strength. News 4. Here's some uplifting news about Paris Hilton, the 44-year-old entrepreneur and media icon who's making waves for a truly inspiring reason. Recently, Paris opened up about her journey with ADHD, or attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and how she's embraced it as her superpower. Diagnosed later in life, Paris now celebrates the creativity and resilience her neurodiverse brain brings, not just in business and entertainment, but also as a new mom. Paris shared that her mind is always racing with ideas, like a browser with dozens of tabs open, fueling her success in everything from fragrances to reality TV. Instead of hiding her differences, she's made it her mission to break down stigma and encourage others to see their unique minds as gifts. In her home, she wants her young children to know that being different isn't something to hide. It's something to be proud of. Through her partnership with Understood.org and her new series Inclusive by Design, Paris is advocating for environments that support every type of mind, especially for women and children living with ADHD. Her story is touching hearts across the country, reminding us all that different isn't wrong, it's wonderful. Paris Hilton's honesty and advocacy are lighting the way for countless families, showing that embracing who you are can truly help others feel seen, supported, and ready to shine. News 5. If you were watching The Voice last night, you may have noticed a heartfelt moment from beloved country star Reba McEntire. Reba, now 70, became visibly emotional as she shared memories of her stepson, Brandon Blackstock, who sadly passed away earlier this year at 48 after a private battle with melanoma, a form of skin cancer. Brandon, whom Reba helped raise from childhood during her marriage to his father, Narvel Blackstock, was more than just family. She called their bond precious, and remembered his love of life and mischievous spirit that brought laughter to everyone he met. During the touching episode, Reba spoke through tears, reflecting on how music and memories help us honor those we cherish and lean on one another during difficult times. Brandon leaves behind 4 children and a legacy of joy and kindness, remembered fondly by Reba and all those whose lives he touched. In her own words, there is no one else like him, and his laughter and love will continue to shine through his family. As Reba returns to the stage and to The Voice, her warmth and resilience remind us all how love and family carry us forward. May Brandon's memory live on in every smile, every song, and every loving story shared. News 6. Here's a story that's sure to inspire. Mel Rodriguez, the beloved 52-year-old actor known for his roles on Better Call Saul and Netflix's The Residence, is making waves online, not just for his standout performances, but for his remarkable personal transformation. During the pandemic, Mel made a commitment to his health, embracing a journey that saw him lose a significant amount of weight and gain some impressive muscle, a change he proudly showed off on social media. Mel has spoken openly about his lifelong struggles with weight, sharing that he's lost and gained over 150 pounds several times throughout his journey. This time, he focused on self-acceptance and reaching a place where he simply feels happy in his own skin. For many fans, his openness and determination are just as inspiring as his talents on screen. Not only is Mel still entertaining us with memorable roles, from the White House engineer Bruce Geller in The Residence to much-loved characters in The Last Man on Earth and Getting On, he's encouraging all of us to stay committed, love ourselves, and never give up on personal growth. Mel's story reminds us that it's never too late to chase feeling your best, and we'll certainly remember him for the heart he brings both to his work and his life. News 7. If you've spent any time online today, you've likely seen the moving tribute Kelly Rizzo shared for her late husband, beloved comedian Bob Saget. Kelly, age 46, took to social media with heartfelt words and warm memories, marking another milestone in her journey of healing and celebrating Bob's life. She reminisced about Bob's unmatched humor, his caring nature, and the simple joys they shared: laughter, travel, and even the everyday silliness that made every moment special. In a touching video, Kelly showed glimpses of their last birthday dinner together, a sparkler flickering atop Bob's cake as he smiled with the same infectious energy audiences treasured for decades. She spoke of the strength found in Bob's daughters and the continued closeness of the Full House family, all honoring Bob's loving spirit and ability to make the world feel a little lighter. Though Bob Saget passed away in early 2022 at age 65, his legacy lives on through the joy he brought to millions. On stage, on screen, and at home. Kelly's tribute reminds us that love, laughter, and kindness leave a mark far deeper than sorrow. Bob's friends and family continue finding gentle ways to celebrate his life, inspiring all of us to cherish our happiest memories and keep sharing a little extra joy. Number 1. Fernanda belonged to the people. She never forgot where she came from, and she made sure no one else did either. These words, shared by a close colleague from the Lago Verde City Council, capture the heart of Fernanda Maroca. At just 30, Fernanda Oliveira da Silva, known to thousands as Fernanda Maroca, left a powerful mark on both local government and the digital world. She passed away suddenly in her Lago Verde home, her passing now under investigation by local authorities. Born and raised in Lago Verde, Maranhão, Fernanda's love for her hometown ran deep. She was elected to the city council at a young age, quickly becoming a standout leader. She went on to serve 2 terms as president of the council, known for her transparency and connection to the people. But Fernanda was more than a public servant. She was a vibrant presence online, with over 54,000 followers on Instagram. Her posts about fitness, fashion, wellness, and daily life brought comfort, motivation, and joy to many. Her audience connected with her authenticity, her stories of growing up in Lago Verde, her commitment to health, and her celebration of everyday beauty. She managed to bridge 2 worlds, using her platform not only to promote a healthy lifestyle, but also to keep citizens informed, engaged, and proud of their community. Her energy, compassion, and smile became a source of hope. The city of Lago Verde declared 3 days of mourning. At her funeral, held at City Hall, hundreds came to say goodbye. Community leaders and followers alike remembered her as a light, consistent, warm, powerful. She made us feel seen, one young follower captioned a tribute, like we all had the power to do something good. Fernanda Maroca is survived by her parents and extended family. Her sudden passing is a loss that ripples far beyond Lago Verde. Her legacy is one of service, connection, and authenticity. A life lived in full view, always with intention and heart. Tributes to Fernanda Maroca. Jack DeJohnette's artistry, innovation, and generosity of spirit reverberate through every corner of the jazz world. Those words from the National Endowment for the Arts speak volumes about the kind of man Jack was.